Hello guys, Sorin here. Welcome to our next video. In this video I will show you exactly how you can set up a Google account. It's pretty simple. I don't know if I even should show you this, but maybe there are people out there that don't know already how to do it or don't have a Google account. Very simple. You just enter on Google in your country. For example, you can be, I'm in Romania, so I have google.ro. Probably you will have google.com or google.fr if you are in France, or google.spain sp if you are in Spain, or other extension like that. It actually doesn't matter. It's the same account. Okay, so I'm on the main page of Google right now, and you will see here a small button that will be in your language or in English. For me it's in Romanian, and it says connect. Okay, connect to your account. Now if I press this small button here, as you can see I have a lot of accounts here. It doesn't matter that. I will enter on my main account right now. You don't have this you won't have these options, okay, to select an account, but you will have this small option here. Obviously, again, for me it's in Romanian. For you it will be in English or in your language, which says connect with another account. If you do not have an account, you will it will appear an option to you, create an account. You will click on create an account, and after that you will have a Google account. It's that simple. Okay, it's nothing complicated to that. For example, if I go back to the back page, if I go back to that page, I press this button here, add an account. Okay, I have here the option to create a new account. I press on the option create an account, and this is how the form will look like. As I've stated before, and you can figure out on your own, all the details for me are in Romanian because I live in Romania, and Google has a tracking system behind, okay, and it practically sees all the time where you are. Okay, so with other words, practically they know at any time what we are doing and where are we in that particular moment. But this is how the form looks like. You have to fill in the form, the name, you have to add an username for yourself, a password, okay, date of birth, telephone number, and you should have an okay telephone number because they will send you a confirmation message, and your email, your actual email address if you have one, then a captcha code so they see that you're human, and that's about it. You have created your account. After that, you connect in your account, as you see me doing right now, and this is the main page of Google. And as you can see, I'm connected in my account. You can see here is my picture, my profile picture for my account. I can go on Gmail if I want to. Okay, I use Gmail a lot, for example. I'm just showing you example, guys, so you can understand how this works. But now, by being logged in already into my account, I have access to everything that Google has to offer to you as a user. Google Drive, YouTube account, Google Hangouts, and everything else, absolutely everything that you can think about that is related to Google. So that's how simple it is, guys. Now I'm connected into my Google account. Thank you, guys. I will see you in our next video. Bye bye till then. Sorin. Hello guys, Sorin here. In this short video I wanted to show you an example of a one-page webinar that I have created for myself and I have used for myself. As you can see here in my browser, if you have a look at the address, it's my own domain, okay, here, and I've created a special one-page website like for this webinar. Okay, the interesting part about this is how I've created this page, because I didn't use wix.com, which I've showed you how to use in a different video. But as you can see, this looks very good. Here you can see that the Google Hangout logo is here. Okay, this was practically live streamed from Google Hangout. The webinar was called The Free Ways of Earning Passive Income from Online Courses. So this is how the page was structured. What is very nice is that I've included here a button for a promotion that I ran at the end of the webinar. Also, I've just added this Facebook comment tab here so you guys can see how it would look like on a one-page webinar. And here in the right part of the screen, if you have a closer look, you can see that I have added also a different plugin to chat, okay, to chat with the people from the webinar, okay, with my audience. So this was like a plugin that I have added directly into the HTML source code of this page, okay, of webinar6.html. And this is a plugin that you can find on the web. It's for free. It's very easy. You just copy paste the code in your one page webinar page, and it will appear like this to you in the right part of the page, okay. The name of the plugin is ChatWe, and it's actually very, very nice. Now, how was I able to create this this very simple page that has this chat box, okay, this button for my offer and everything else? Well, actually, I have used my GetResponse account. For those of you who don't know, GetResponse, it's an email marketing service, okay. It has prices. You have a 40-day trial if you want to use it. In my opinion, it's much better for marketers than maybe MailChimp or other type of services, because you have landing page builders, you have very nice templates that you can use in different purposes, you have very nice registration forms and so on. So you have a lot of possibilities. Also in the price, for example, mine right now, it's $15 per month, okay, which actually, and it lets me have up to 1,000 subscribers, and I have access to all the features that it has to offer, okay. What is nice is that in this price you have included the autoresponder function, which is necessary if you want to promote your webinar in a more professional manner, okay. You need to create those reminders in an autoresponder sequence, so you don't have to send them each day to the same people again and again to create different newsletters. You create your email sequence once, your autoresponder, you put it in place, and every time someone will subscribe on the list that they want to participate to the webinar, they will get automatically those emails that you have created, those reminders, okay. If you have seen in MailChimp, in the free version, you don't have access at the autoresponder. You have to create every single day a new email to send to people that have subscribed or have registered for your webinar. So this is actually very nice that you have this possibility with GetResponse. Now, what I have used to create that page that you have seen earlier, let me just log into my account and I'll show you. Okay, now we are into my GetResponse dashboard. And if you will go here in the upper menu, you have a section with messages, okay, create newsletters, or you have a landing page builder. Practically, I've done something very, very simple. I went to the landing page builder. Okay, you can go either to the messages section or to the landing page builder. If I will press this button restore, I think it will show exactly my builder, my page for the webinar. Let's have a look. Okay, no, this was my registration form for that webinar. Okay, I've created this with GetResponse. You have different templates. It's actually very, very easy to use. Let me go back. Okay, so if you want to build a page directly here, how can you, after that, how can you practically export the page from here to your own domain? It's very, very simple. Okay. So for example, you go to the create newsletter section, you press the new email creator, okay, you just type in a name, it doesn't matter, a subject, okay, you press next step, and here you will see that you have different templates, okay, from which you can choose. Let's take the first one, okay, this is just for the sake of the example. It's actually very, very simple. And as you can see here, all these blocks are editable, okay, all these blocks that you see here. So you can edit practically all these blocks here, okay, put a name, make it look however you want, okay, like the title of the webinar or something like that, okay. After that, maybe you want to delete this part, or maybe you want to replace it, it doesn't matter, okay. You want to leave this button, maybe you want to add, for example, a PayPal button right here to an offer. Okay, you are selling something at the end of the webinar. You can type this off. And for example, in this part here, you may want to enter your practically your frame for the webinar, okay, your Google Hangouts frame. What you can do right now is, let me just have a look at this. Okay, you can bring this text here, for example. Okay, and here, instead of this text, you will have your frame for the webinar. So you will have your window with the live webinar. So what you can do here? First of all, you go to the HTML editor. You see here in this part of the screen, you have the HTML editor. You press yes, continue, and your embedment code from Hangouts or from YouTube, you will go and copy paste it. I think I went to the wrong block. Just a second, guys. Okay, title of the webinar. Okay, download now. So you will go and copy, okay, practically your text, your embedment code somewhere here. Okay, practically you will use as let's say like a checkpoint, or so you can figure out where exactly to put the code. You just look here after this text. Okay, I don't know why it's not showing to us here, but in a normal case it should appear to you. And instead of that text, you copy here in the HTML version your frame of the webinar. What you do after that, it's very, very simple. You just copy paste this. You go to your domain name, okay, where you have your hosting. You create a page on your domain, maybe webinar.html. You edit that HTML, you press edit on it, and you paste this code that you have copied from here there. And after that, you will see exactly the page that you have created here with the webinar framed and everything on that page if you will enter on it. For example, as you have seen my domain, it's therealdeal.ro/webinar6.html. Okay, and that's how I've created this page on my domain here. Okay, I've pressed edit on this page. I've passed the code from GetResponse on my page. I saved it, and after that, when I enter on the domain, the page appears. Okay, what I have integrated more on this page that is different from GetResponse, I have practically copy pasted also the code of ChatWe, this plugin for chatting. Okay, but you can find this plugin if you want to install it on Google. So it's actually very, very simple. Now, another way to do this is to use the builder, okay, the landing page builder of GetResponse. So you go to GetResponse, you go to landing pages, create new, and you will have different type of landing pages here. Okay, guys, different types. So for example, you select a sales page, okay, something that looks very, very nice. Let me choose one just as an example for you guys. I don't like this ones. Webinar pages. Okay, for example, we can use actually this template that you have seen me using as a registration form, okay, with slight modifications. But what you can do right now is, for example, you have this template, you delete this button here, and what you can do is put this video here. Okay, this is practically a YouTube video. Okay, make it as big as you want to. Okay, if you double click on it here, you put your embedment code for YouTube, and that's it, guys. After that is the same thing, but you don't have the menu here in the lower part. You have here the menu in the upper part, the HTML editor. Obviously you will edit everything on this page. You add whatever you want. As you can see, you already have a button. You can edit this one with your special offer, give them details and so on. Then you press on the HTML editor, you press yes, continue, and you have your code. You just copy the code, paste it on the page on your domain, and voila, you have your one-page webinar. So that's how I've created this page, guys. As you can see, it's very simple. So if you have access to a email marketing service like GetResponse, it will be much easier. What is very nice at GetResponse, as I've told you before, and I will show you this very quickly, is the fact that you can create also, and this will be useful for you when you are preparing your webinar or a list or something like that. It's the fact that you can create an autoresponder sequence. Okay, so maybe in GetResponse, your email lists or your registration forms for different campaigns are named as campaigns. As you can see, I have different types of campaigns here. For example, for my webinar, I've used free webinar teaching. Okay, you will create a new campaign, for example, and after you have created the new campaign, that's where your new subscribers for the webinar, for example, they will be subscribed in that certain campaign here. Okay, what you can do is go and create an autoresponder that will be time-based. On the first day after somebody subscribes, gets a response. You choose the message, create a new email here. Okay, you give it a name, autoresponder name, my webinar, for example. Okay, you create a new email. You give it a message, my webinar 1. The subject, webinar confirmation. I'm just giving you example, guys. You obviously will have your own you'll have your own messages and stuff like that. Maybe you want to start it from scratch. Okay, I won't go into many details with these guys because I just want to show you the principle, because this means that you have to take on GetResponse. Okay, you just type in your email, whatever you want to send to guys that have subscribed to your webinar. You have your first message, as you can see here, the create autoresponder on day 1. Okay, my webinar, save and publish. Don't send the message. Okay, and as you can see, you have two different types of autoresponders because we have selected the same campaign. But in order to manage your autoresponders, you click on this button here and you go, for example, show autoresponder for your campaign. I want for this campaign. Okay, and I deselect this one, and as you can see, I only have a confirmation email that it's sent out to everybody that subscribes to that list. Okay, this is how it looks like. Okay, so if anyone subscribes to my list that I have created as a registration form for my webinar, they will automatically get this email from me. Okay, I don't send it, it's sent automatically to them. That's the power of autoresponder. Then in the second day, because this is day 0 when they subscribe, in the second day I can add a different message. Then in the second day, in the third, and so on till the date of the webinar. Okay, it depends on me how many I want to add. I can add even 33 if I want. Okay, automatic messages. This can be very useful, guys. That's why I've also wanted to show you guys this. Okay, now guys, I hope this was helpful for you. I hope that you had a better insight and overview of how to use this technique and all these builders, okay, drag and drop builders and email services to create your own one-page webinar, and also to create okay, a proper let's say a proper setup for your webinar, how to create your reminders, okay, your autoresponders, your email list, and so on for your webinar. Now guys, thank you very much for your attention, and I look Hello guys, Sorin here. Welcome to our first lecture from our course on how to create amazing webinars for free. That means absolutely for free, without paying for webinar platforms or other expensive stuff like that. Okay, so this is recommended for people who are just starting out, who practically don't want to invest so much money in the beginning in paying for a webinar platform, because the costs can be pretty big, but they want to start out, they want to test webinars, they want to see how it works, they want to hold webinars from time to time, okay, for their businesses, for personal branding or other stuff like educational purposes, sales pitches and other stuff like that. Okay, so let's dive into the information. First of all, let's have a look at the price comparison for paid webinar platforms, because this is why I've practically discovered this method, or wanted to test this method to see if you can practically hold webinars for free, because the costs can be pretty big if you add month after month after month, and sometimes you don't even have webinars, okay, or you don't even record webinars, or you practically don't need that platform, but you still have to pay for it every single month. Okay, so here we have three of the biggest webinar platforms that are out there, that are paid webinar platforms. Obviously, they have very good very good features. I highly recommend them to you if you use webinars already at a professional stage. Okay, if you practically are already earning a lot of money out of this, so yeah, in that case you should probably use one of these platforms. But if you are just starting out, you probably want to save your money, okay, to bootstrap, and you want to invest your money in the thing that brings the most value to your business. So here is a price comparison. First of all, we have AnyMeeting, which is a pretty huge webinar platform. It's pretty good. I actually used AnyMeeting back a couple of years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, when it was still forever free. That's how they said back then, that it was still forever free, but in the meantime they turned it to paid. But no worries, if things work out for them, that's okay. So the price for AnyMeeting is starts from $78 per month for 200 attendees. You have registration forms, obviously, and you also have recording for your webinars. Then we have Click Webinar, which in my opinion has a better interface than AnyMeeting. Okay, it's more user-friendly, to say so. The price starts at $79 for 100 attendees, which is actually a better price than for most of the platforms, but it's like an average. It's worse than for AnyMeeting, as you can figure out. It has registration forms and landing pages, which is okay, reminders, which is okay, and also it records your webinar, which is okay, because in the future you may want to use your replay of the webinar. And then we have GoToWebinar, which is probably the most popular out of all of them, and it's one of the platforms that top internet marketers in the world are using right now, because it's the most efficient, actually. Okay, it has been battle tested for a long time now, and that is why probably most of the people are using it, because it has the fewest errors, it works the best most of the times, it has the best reminder system and a lot of other features. It's priced also at $79 for 100 attendees. You have registration forms, you have reminders, which is very important. So people that have probably want to promote your webinar maybe 1 or 2 weeks ahead, and people that sign up in the first few days, they even forget till the day the webinar is held, so they need to get email reminders from the platforms, so they don't forget about the webinar. They are in constant contact with you all the time, okay, and they get reminded to enter on the webinar by the date the webinar will actually start and will be held. Okay, so it has registration forms, it has the reminders, and it also has recording of your webinar. For more information about other platforms and a more complex comparison of all these paid platforms, you can enter on this website that you have right here. Okay, and you will see more platforms, you will see other details related to them, and a more complex comparison. Now I wanted to show you also that there are other possibilities too for paid platforms. You have one-time payment. That means you only pay once when you access the service, and then you can use it forever. And you have yearly options, so platforms when you pay an yearly fee. And obviously, from a financial standpoint, if you take a whole year, this these platforms are more advantageous, obviously, okay, and they have more benefits. So first of all, we have Webinar Jam, which is actually developed by two very big internet marketers, very big names in the internet marketing industry. Okay, one of them is Andy Jenkins. Probably some of you guys heard about him. The price for this platform is $397 per year. That means $400 per year. It has a very cool registration forms and landing pages and other stuff like that, reminders. So it's much more complicated and oriented towards marketing than the other type of platforms that are out there. Okay, like GoToWebinar, who is very popular, doesn't have the type of landing pages or registration forms that Webinar Jam has. Okay, it has promotional apps integrated with it. For example, if you hold a sales pitch through a webinar, you can have like you can add scarcity at the end, okay, with a limited time offer and payment buttons and special offers and other stuff like that. Okay, and it also has recording. Then you have Webinar Ignition, on the other hand, for which you pay $99 one-time fee, and you have like 3 or 4 different versions. It's based on Google Hangouts, and you will see that actually about Google Hangouts we will talk more in this course. It has a registration, it has recording too, it has awesome landing pages too. It also has some promotional apps integrated because it's also more oriented towards marketing purposes. Now we have the free alternative. Actually, this is the thing that we will use to create our practically our free webinar page, okay, or free webinar platform, to say so. Okay, we have Google Hangouts. Now, what is Google Hangouts? Google Hangouts is Google's platform for live video streaming, meetings, for example, video calls or one-to-one meetings, and web conferences, maybe inside a company, inside of a team, okay, from people between people from different countries. Okay, it's actually a very popular service of Google, but a lot of people don't utilize it or don't know about it or underutilize it. Okay, but this is the thing that we will use for our own webinar platform, to say so. Okay, and it's actually pretty cool. Now, obviously, it has advantages and it has disadvantages. The main advantage is that it's free for us. Okay. Also, it's live streamed on YouTube, which can be a huge advantage. It's practically like having your own TV show. So your webinar will actually be also like a TV show. It's recorded. Why? Because YouTube records automatically your live streaming. Okay, and it will practically it will remain there on YouTube till you want to get it off. Okay, so it will remain there forever if you want to. Okay, and you can get like organic traffic from YouTube and Google and other things like that. So it has some benefits. And probably another very big advantage is the fact that you can have unlimited attendees or viewers. So you are not limited, for example, like to GoToWebinar to 1,000 attendees. Okay, you can have 5,000 if you want to. You can have even 10,000 viewers in the same time. Some of them actually watching your Google Hangout in the Google Hangouts app. Some of them watching you on YouTube. Okay, so it doesn't matter. Now, obviously, there are some disadvantages. You have like no registration forms, so you have to set up all the registration stuff by your own. Okay, you have to set up your emails, you have to send the reminders to people, you have to set up a landing page and other things like that. You need a Google account to participate in the actual Hangout conference. So obviously, you as the creator of the webinar will have a Google account. You will create the Google Hangout, okay, using the Hangouts app. But for other people, in order to jump in on the app with you, okay, maybe like a co-presenter, a co-host, or other people that can enter the live question and answer session in the actual Hangout, they need also to be inside their Google account, okay, and to enter in the Hangout, which is a little bit messy. It gives you delays, okay, sometimes it has errors, so that can be a disadvantage. Also, another disadvantage is that it has some small delays, a couple of seconds to up to 10 seconds. So from the moment you speak to your audience, okay, or you are showing them a slide. Hello guys, Soin here. Welcome to our next video from this series. In this video, I will show you exactly how you can use MailChimp or other free email services if you want to, but in this particular video, I will show you specifically how to use MailChimp to create a list for your webinar, okay, to create registration forms where people can register and subscribe for your webinar. And after that, how you can send emails to them as reminders so they don't forget and stay in a permanent connection with you. So they will be practically on the webinar when it will be held. Why is this part very important? The preparation of the webinar itself is very important because, for example, you can have people that see your ad, okay, for the webinar today, but your webinar is in 2 weeks, and it's important for them to get notifications from time to time, especially in the last week, to remind them that the webinar will be on a specific date at a specific hour, so they don't forget, they stay connected, and you remind them that they need to be there at that specific date and at that specific hour. There are different techniques that people use here. Some people, for example, even incentivize their subscribers to their webinars to stay till the end of the webinar because they will have a bonus of subscribe, free download for them or something like that. So in that way, they are sure that people that go on board on the webinar will stay till the end, okay, or people actually show up at the webinar in the first place and other things like that. Okay, there are people that are, for example, are sending in the day of the webinar free reminders, okay, one in the morning, one at noon, even 4 sometimes, one with 1 hour ahead of the webinar, before the webinar, and one exactly when the webinar starts. So there are actually 3 or 4 emails in the last day when the webinar actually starts, okay, it's held. Now it's up to you how much emails you want to send or reminders to the list of people that want to join and attend to your webinar, but it's important to remind them, and that's in my opinion a successful series should be compound from one confirmation email, okay, about the registration, another email with 3 days before the webinar, another email with 2 days before the webinar, and 2 emails, or actually 3 emails, okay, in the day of the webinar. Maybe 2 or maybe 3, depends on you, but I would put one in the morning or at noon in the last day, and one exactly when the webinar starts. And you can add a third optional one with 1 hour before the webinar actually starts, so you are sure that you have a high percentage of people that subscribe to the webinar that are actually showing up for the webinar, because that's your main purpose, right? People showing up to your webinar. Now let's get back on track with what we are talking about, MailChimp here. And we are now on the page of MailChimp, as you can see here in my browser, mailchimp.com. You can sign up for free, as you can see here. You will actually see directly into one of my accounts that I've already created and have my credentials saved in the browser. We log into that, so you can see we can move a little bit faster with this, but the idea is that it's very easy to sign up for free. You have different pricing methods. You have starting up, and it's a free forever plan. You have actually up to 12,000 emails per month, which in the beginning it's more than enough, and up to 2,000 subscribers. God help you to have more than 2,000 subscribers for a single webinar, and I know for sure that you will be successful. Okay, now let's log into my account so you can have a look. As you can see, I already have my credentials here. I will just log into my account. It's actually pretty simple to do this, okay, it's nothing complicated. So what you want to do right now, this is how my dashboard looks like. This is my last campaign, okay, that I've sent. So you want to create a new list for your webinar, right? You go to create lists, okay, to the list section. As you can see, I have many lists here. Most of the time I use MailChimp to do testing, okay, not for mass email marketing or something like that. I do all type of tests, okay, smaller projects. As you can see, there are very few people in these lists here. There aren't like thousands and hundreds of thousands and stuff like that, okay. So you just press the button create a list, you go here, you continue, you give your list a name, webinar attendees, okay, default from. So when people that are subscribing this list will get an email, okay, in their inbox from you, your email address that will show up to them will be, let's say mine is my classical one, okay, that I check all the time, default from name Sorin Constantin. Okay, now obviously for you this will be different. You need to add them a reminder why they got the email. You subscribe for the webinar, okay. Then you have some details, company, organization, okay, that you can add. Then you have the notifications part. If you want to keep an eye on everything that happens in your MailChimp account or with this list, you can check these points here for notifications. I think a daily summary is more than enough. You can get even notifications for each subscriber that you get or unsubscribe or everything like that. But I think that is just confusing and will blow up your mail account if you have a lot of subscribers. Okay, so a daily summary is more than enough in my opinion, but it's up to you, of course. Now you have a list, okay, the list, excellent, you have a brand new list, the list has been created. What you need to do right now is to create a sign up form, okay, so where people sign up for your webinar, you go to sign up forms, you have this section here, you click on it, and you have different types of forms, okay. You have pop-ups, for example, if you want to use a pop-up maybe on a blog or somewhere, okay, so people will register for the webinar, okay. Different types of integrations, embedded form, obviously, again, if you want to integrate your opt-in form into a web page or website, maybe you have a WordPress website and you want to integrate it like in the sidebar, okay, in a small part, you can use the embedded forms, or you can have a general form. And this is actually pretty cool because if you have a general form, it can be hosted by MailChimp itself, so you don't even need a website, okay. The general form will be on a page that is hosted by MailChimp itself. So I will select now the general form, okay. You have sign up forms. Okay, I won't check these points up because it just complicates things, okay. You need to keep things simple. So this will be your sign up form URL, okay, webinar attendees. As you can see here, you can build here the form itself, so you can add different fields from the right menu here in the part, text, number. It's up to you what type of data you want to collect from the webinar attendees. I think email address and first name, it's more than enough, but there are people that are, you know, taking practically their birthdays, okay, or their addresses or their phone numbers or a lot of other stuff, okay. Maybe if you are a company and you want to create different special promotions, probably you have gotten email into your inboxes from different companies that are sending you different promotions on your birthday. So this is how they do it, okay. When you sign up for a different thing on their website, they ask for your birthday, and after that, when it's your birthday, they will send you an email with a promotion or something like that, which is not a bad marketing technique. It's actually very, very good because it's personalized. But in my opinion, if you are just starting out, you are doing small marketing things, okay, email address and first name, it's more than enough to create a relationship with your attendees, to say so, okay. So after you create your form, obviously you can see your form here at this link. Let me show it to you, okay. This is how your form will look like. You want to do it a little better, okay, to look a little better. You have a design option if you want to, okay. A header, maybe you want to add a header, okay, font size, things like that, an outer wrapper, okay, background maybe. You can change the color of the background if you want to, okay. You can go to the body, foreground, change the background, link style, forms, buttons, you know, field labels. So you have a lot of things that you can edit here, so you can make the design look better. It's up to you, obviously. I think it looks okay right now, but it's not the greatest form in the world, right? So it's pretty simple, but it should do the trick if your webinar will be something of interest to the audience that you are sending this sign up form. So this is how you create the sign up form, guys. Actually pretty simple stuff, okay. Now after you have seen the sign up form, what you need to know about MailChimp is that people will only be subscribed into your actual list with a confirmation. Okay, so it's a double opt-in, so people don't just put in the sign up form their details, push the button subscribe to the list, and they will be subscribed. No, it works a little bit different. They will get a confirmation email from MailChimp where they need to confirm that they subscribe to your list. So it's a double opt-in. That's how this is called. But it's actually, this is not a very bad thing, but it will lower your conversion rate overall. Okay. On the other hand, you will have more quality leads. Okay, more quality leads for the webinar. Now, one thing that you can also use, so you won't stay every single time to create a newsletter and send to your lists. Okay, you can do this, the next thing. Sign up form, let us save this form. Okay, this build. Okay, add field. Just a second, guys. Okay, so we have created the form. Okay, you can practically check now, after you have checked the sign up form, opt-in confirmation email or confirmation thank you page. Okay, you can go to confirmation thank you page, and here you can practically, this will be the page that they will see after they press the button subscribe, and you can give them some more details about the webinar, okay, or other things like that. Continue to website, manage your preferences, and things like that. You can also see that you have the opt-in confirmation email, and here are this is the email that I've told you that a subscriber will get exactly after he subscribes to the list. And in this practically in this email, he can press the button yes, subscribing to the list, so he can be subscribed. Obviously, here you can remind him again about the date of the webinar, what he will learn in the webinar, and other stuff like that. Okay, now another cool thing that you can do is you can go to automation. Okay, send automated emails. Okay, but unfortunately with MailChimp this is just a paid option. So if you want to do this more seriously, I am suggesting you to go for a paid account. Either on MailChimp, there are other services like GetResponse with $15 per month or other services. Okay, what this feature will allow you, automation, you will see that for other email services it's called autoresponders. Okay, this will practically allow you to create automatic emails that are sent at a certain interval of time or at certain moments, at certain triggers. Okay, for example, when you're building a webinar list, you can set up emails that will be sent exactly after somebody subscribes to the list, in the second day, one day before the webinar, in the day of the webinar, and so on. So you won't have to send every newsletter manually every single time. They will be sent automatically. They are like templates and they are sent automatically. So you automatize your cycle, okay, for the email series. If not, you just, in MailChimp, for example, you just have to send the newsletters manually. You just go to campaigns, you push the button create campaign, regular campaign, okay, you select the list, webinar attendees, and after that you go further with the campaign. Okay, and obviously in the newsletter you just remind them of the webinar, but you need to send them manually every single day till the webinar, or of course it's up to you how you schedule your times when you want to send the emails, how many you want to send, and so on. But that's about it. Okay, you'll have to send them manually. So that was everything, guys. I hope this was helpful for you. MailChimp, as you can see, has a lot of features. I think I went a little bit off the track, but I think that is good for you because you learn more about how you can use this tool, because it's a very important part from preparing your webinar and practically having a larger audience that is present to the webinar itself. Okay, so email marketing is very, very useful when preparing a webinar. Okay. Thank you guys again very much for your attention. I will see you in our next videos. Till then, I wish you all the success, and I am absolutely sure that you will have a blasting webinar. Bye bye till then. Sorin here. Thank you again for your.
Hello guys, Sorin here. Welcome back to our next lecture from this course. We have talked about before using webinars for our businesses. We have talked about the fact that there are two types of webinars that we can use. There are webinars that we can use to educate our market, our audience, to send them information, to offer them value. And also there are webinars that we can use to sell our product, business opportunity. For example, if it's a network marketing business opportunity or an MLM opportunity or a new service that we are offering as a company, or a different program or a coaching program or training or anything like that. It doesn't matter. Whenever it's about selling something, there are a few steps and phases that a webinar should have. And that's what I want to talk to you about in this lecture, in this short video: how to use a webinar, how to structure a webinar in order to convert your audience, your viewers, into actual buyers, because that's what we actually want at the end of the webinar, right? So there are a few phases, and the first thing that you should do into your webinar when you create, for example, your PowerPoint presentation that you will expose into your webinar. First of all, you will talk about the main idea of the webinar, maybe the first or 2 slides, okay, main idea, the title and something like that. And then you should introduce yourself, okay? Why should people know you? They need to relate to you better, right? So you should introduce yourself, okay? Talk a little bit about yourself, about your achievements and your results, and why should people listen to you. Be very careful at this. Why should people listen to you on the matter of this webinar, on the subject that you are discussing into your webinar? You need to show them results, you need to show them achievement, so that you can position yourself as an expert in front of them, and practically they will be able after that to trust you as an expert, as someone that knows what he's talking about into the matter and subject of the webinar or what you are selling. After that, maybe for a couple of slides, you should talk about the principal subject of the webinar. Okay, why is this industry so good? For example, if you are talking about video marketing, right? Which are the benefits of video marketing? Which are the advantages? What is happening in the world with video marketing right now? What can you do with video marketing right now? That means, what can they do, your audience, with video marketing right now, right? And you should talk a little bit about that, right? A couple of slides, point out the benefits that they can get from using video marketing. After that, you will get to the point where you need to talk about the problem, right? The problem of something that you encountered in using, for example, video marketing in your business. And you should talk about maybe 2-3 problems, okay, or a main problem. And after that, you should talk about maybe you should talk about that a couple for 2 or 3 slides, and after that talk about the solution. Which is the solution that you find? What are the things that you need to do? Okay, which are the tips that you are personally offering to solve that problem? They will appreciate that, because you are offering value and you are teaching them how to properly use a tool, maybe video marketing in this example that we just used, okay, how to use video marketing, a couple of tips, 3 tips, 5 tips to how to use it better, how to have maximum efficiency from it, right? And people will appreciate that, because you will practically educate them. After that, okay, you will also point out like a problem, okay, or a way that you have discovered to work even faster for the tips that you have offered. Okay, for example, I've personally held a webinar for a friend who was launching a video marketing software, and the structure of that's why I gave you this example, because it just came out of my head right now, because I did it, right? So after we have talked about the tips, we have pointed out a solution that we have found out to automate this whole process, to save time and money, right? We have we gave the audience the tips, what they can do to solve those problems, but we have found even a faster way that saves us money and time to solve them, okay, the software that we were launching. So we have exposed them this solution that we have found, okay, and after that we have did this in a couple of slides. We have pointed out the benefits, okay, you are saving time, you are saving money, the software does this, does that, okay, and it will solve you all these major problems of video marketing we have talked about. And at the end of these slides, okay, after exposing them the benefits, we have made them an offer, a special offer. Okay, this is a sales technique that is very used. Okay, you need to offer something to people that they cannot refuse. Okay, to make them an offer. So we have made them an offer. It was the launching of the software. Okay, it was launch period, and we have offered them a 50% discount. Okay, if they bought the software in the webinar, okay, directly from the webinar, we have offered them a 50% discount, right? Also, we had a different promotion for every sale that was made. Okay, the price was increasing with $1 for every copy of the software that was made, right? So you can use that into your business, right? You need to create some scarcity at the end. Okay, you were here, you listened to me, you paid attention. Okay, I will give you a bonus for doing that. Okay, you have a special offer from me because you are here and you took time from your personal time, okay, to listen to me, to see what I have to say, and for that you can have my special offer. Okay, you deserve it because you have invested time in this, you have invested time and attention into this webinar, so you deserve this offer. After that, obviously, you need to close the offer. I've seen many people not applying this right. Okay, they are not closing their offers, and their audience might get angry with that. From our experience with that webinar, from 70 people that were on the webinar, but be very careful because the webinar was promoted to a buyers list. Okay, people who already bought a product from this friend of mine. So from promoting this webinar, okay, and holding this webinar this way, we got like from 70 people that were on the webinar, 20 bought the product. Okay, also some of them bought some upsells, some downsells, okay, in the sales funnels of the product, but 20, that's more than 40% conversion rate. 20 of them bought the product, which is actually a very good conversion rate. There are people that are even going up to 50% conversion rates into webinars, so they can be very, very effective. Now it depends on the audience that you have, okay, that you are promoting to your webinar, and also the way it's structured. Another thing, at the end of the webinar, have 10 minutes, okay, not more, maximum 10 minutes, question and answer section for your audience, so that they can answer, so that they can tell you the questions that they have related to what you're selling, and you can answer to them. They will see that you are very transparent with them, okay, that you are there to help them, okay, to offer them the answers and the solutions that they will need. This will help you very much, okay, and for sure a couple of the people that have questions and that will get answers from you will also become your buyers. So this is a way to go with your webinars, okay. Maybe a little bit about your main idea in the beginning, then present yourself, then talk about the benefits of the industry, about problems that you have personally encountered, how you solve them, which is the best solution that you found that can help them even more, okay, than the tips that you gave. Present them the benefits of this solution, okay, make them an offer that is very, very good for them because they have been attentive to you and they have followed your webinar, and then have a question and answer section in which you clarify all the questions that they have. And that's it. That's how your webinar should end, and that is how you can sell a product, service, business opportunity, coaching program, training, or whatever through your webinar. So guys, I hope this was very helpful for you. As I've told you before, this worked for us very, very well, and I think it can work for you as well. Thank you for your attention. Sorin here, and I will see you in our next lectures. Bye bye for now. Sorin here again.
Hello guys, Sorin here. Welcome to our next video from our course on how to create webinars. Now, in this short lecture, I want to talk to you about something that is very important in my opinion, and that is why should you use webinars for your business. First of all, you need to have the why, as you probably already know, okay? So let's dive into the actual information. I will reveal to you in this lecture 4 main reasons. These are 4 main reasons, in my opinion, of why you should use webinars into your business. First of all, webinars help you build a stronger and more natural relationship with your audience. Now, why am I telling you this? Just think about it. We already use different types of online marketing channels, online marketing tools. Okay, we send out emails, we create videos, we record podcasts. Okay, we share posts, and we post on Facebook and on different social media platforms. But very, very rarely our audience actually has the occasion to interact in a live in a live and real time with us. Okay, webinars give them the chance to get to know the real us, okay, and build a stronger relationship with us, because they practically give them the occasion, the rare opportunity to interact with us in a real time. Okay, now the second reason would be that webinars help you build credibility and authority. And why am I telling you this? Okay, there are a lot of people out there that are in your target audience that don't know who you are. Okay, they don't know your expertise, they don't know your achievements in your field of expertise, and so on. Okay, and practically into a live webinar you can deliver value to your target audience. Okay, you can deliver important knowledge that would help them in the field or niche that you activate in, and thus it will build credibility and authority in front of them. They will get to know what are your achievements. Okay, they will see actually what value can you deliver to them, and that's how you build credibility and authority. Okay, and practically this will translate future on into making more sales. Okay, having a higher conversion rate. Reason number three is the fact that they are great for education and training. Okay, there are a lot of companies out there, and there are a lot of marketers that are using webinars to offer value to their community and to educate and train their community in a certain direction. Obviously, you probably already know that this is one of the biggest trends, not in the world, okay, or on the internet right now, but also in marketing and sales, to educate and train your audience. Okay, through education and training, ultimately you will get more sales. So webinars are great for doing this because they are like a live classroom. Okay, people can practically get questions to you in a real time, and they can get the answers back in real time as well. So this will translate for them in a higher qualitative learning experience. Now, the fourth reason, and probably the most important, don't take it right now, okay, so is the fact that you have a high conversion rate. We are all here for business, people, okay, and business translates in sales and profits. The results in business are practically more sales and more profits. Okay, and webinars are proven to have high conversion rates. For example, which marketing tool you know right now that can bring you sales for high ticket offers or products that are priced at $2,000 or $5,000? Okay, there are very few marketing tools that can help you do that, and webinars are one of these marketing tools. Now, let me give you an example. I have a friend that activates in the internet marketing industries, and very recently he had a launch, okay, of a digital product. And after this launch, for the buyers of the product, he created a special webinars in which he promoted the coaching program for some affiliate marketers, and the coaching program was priced at $2,000. There were around 80 people in that live webinar, and guess what? At the end of the webinar, they made $20,000 in sale. Okay, so they sold somewhere at somewhere at 10 products. Okay, because they made somewhere around 20,000 in sales. So they sold they sold practically to 10 people, 10 coaching programs priced at $2,000. Okay, that's a very, very high conversion rate if you think about it. It's more than 10%. Okay, and for a very, very high priced product. Practically, there aren't a lot of tools that give you the possibility to do that, to sell this type of high ticket products, okay, to an audience, and people to actually buy from you this type of high ticket products. So webinars are great at doing this. Now, guys, these are the four main reasons why I think webinars are great for business. Okay, the four main reasons why I think you should use webinars into your business. Of course, there are many others, but these one are the main four for me. Now, thank you very much, guys, for your attention, and I will see you in our next